World number 1 tennis player Novak Djokovic finds himself at the center of a vaccine controversy ahead of the Australian Open that starts January 17. The Serb, who has dominated the Australian Open for about a decade with 9 titles in his kitty so far, will most likely be missing the action this year. Djokovic has played in Melbourne every year since 2005, but this time he might have to sit this one out because of his anti-vaxx stance. Djokovic's troubles started when he announced on January 4 that the Australian Open organisers had given him a medical exemption to play at the tournament. The announcement did not go well with a section of the Australian population which have been under stringent COVID regulations since the start of the pandemic. As a result, when Djokovic landed in Melbourne on January 5, he was stopped by the Australian Border Control, which claimed that there was an error in his medical exemption. His visa was subsequently cancelled and was asked to return to Serbia. The tennis star challenged the deportation and his lawyers launched an appeal against the Australian government's decision. Djokovic is now housed at the Carlton Park Hotel in Melbourne, where detainees are kept. The court has scheduled his hearing for Monday. The controversy erupted because Djokovic had received his exemption from the Victorian state government. However, the reason behind his medical exemption was not made public. Djokovic has consistently refused to disclose his vaccination status while also publicly criticising mandatory vaccines. Under Australia's federal system, states and territories are permitted to issue exemptions from vaccination requirements to enter their jurisdictions. However, the federal government, which controls international borders, can challenge such exemptions. With the federal government not validating his exemption, Djokovic has been pushed to fight legal challenges before battling the challenges on a tennis court. The Djokovic saga has turned the spotlight back on anti-vaxxers and athlete vaccination. While the majority of athletes across the globe have been vaccinated, some have been vocally skeptic about taking the jab. According to Forbes, 13 of the 50 highest paid athletes have refused to confirm if they are vaccinated. This includes National Basketball Association star Kyrie Irving, golfer Tiger Woods, NFL stars David Bakhtiari, Ronnie Stanley, Trent Williams, Aaron Donald, Deshaun Watson, Manchester United star Paul Pogba, boxer Canelo Alvarez, and Spanish footballer Andre Iniesta. Vaccine hesitancy among athletes heightened after Danish soccer star Christian Eriksen suffered a cardiac arrest during his team's opener in the Euro Cup. There were speculations of Eriksen having suffered a heart attack as an effect of COVID vaccine. Several videos of incidents involving football players collapsing on the ground were soon doing the rounds on social media, raising questions about the safety of vaccines. Reuters investigated the claim. The media agency checked 64 cases in total and said that 19 of those were because of reasons other than COVID-19 jabs. Reuters also quoted the British regulator for drugs and vaccines to say that there is currently no supporting evidence to back up claims of adverse vaccine impact on health. Meanwhile, Djokovic's supporters are gathering outside the hotel where he's detained and holding vigils and rallies in his support. Anti-vaccination activists are also backing the tennis star and portraying him as a hero and an icon of freedom of choice. Serbian President Alexander Vučić accused the Australian government of harassment. Djokovic's family held an emotional press conference where they displayed his 9 previous Australian Open titles. A federal report.